Sumeer Kher, who is Senior Director, Global Services at Ciena. He has over 25 years of experience in this industry. So today, in the session today, we will be discussing how the industry is navigating technological breakthroughs via innovation. So, Sumit, let's start with, we are seeing increased demand for bandwidth, and with Internet of Things connecting billion of devices, how do you think should service providers address the challenges of network evolution?
Yes, Mansi. So demand for bandwidth is increasing and revenues remain flat. The Internet of Things connect billions of devices worldwide, and some of these devices require critical communications that in turn need high reliable, available, and ultra-low frequency, ultra-low latency networks. That drives the premium services. Whether we are deploying a new product or a new service, or migrating the existing service from an old technology, the customer must get the experience what he has signed for. Thereby, it comes the need to have a better, faster, and more efficient way to deploy the modern telecom networks. Ciena believes in deploying the networks with unconventional methods than the conventional methods. We believe in more efficient deployments through automation, our industry-leading experts, and optimized processes. Our industry-leading experts in deployment use the well-proven processes to deploy these networks using our powerful automation framework. We have 30 years of experience in deploying the networks worldwide. We know what we can do, and we also know what not to do in the networks.
Right, right. So you mentioned how automation plays a crucial role in streamlining operations and adapting to the telecom landscape, which is ever changing. So could you elaborate a bit on how Ciena's automation solutions are addressing the challenges?
Sure. Telecommunication networks are undergoing a rapid change due to significant change in the complexity and the scale of the networks, and to meet the end user requirements for data growth and the services. Automation is a way to address these challenges for the modern telecom networks. Automation is seen as a set of, often seen a set of commands coded in a programming language to facilitate a manual task. There has been a significant advancement in the field of automation in the recent years. Automation is no longer a CLI-based commands, but automation is used to automate the processes, workflows, troubleshooting, trouble ticketing, etc. Things like API-based automation, zero-touch provisioning, network performance using the transport layer are some of the examples which will grow in demand as the networks evolve from the existing state to a state where they are ready for the 4G and 5G and 6G, this is IP-based networks. Ciena has been leading this initiative and has deployed many such automation-based solutions in India and the customers globally.
Great. So as networks transition from legacy technologies to fully IP-based to, for 5G and beyond, so again, what are the unique challenges that you see in migration and capacity augmentation?
Yeah, again, the demand for data is increasing rapidly. As I said earlier, the revenues remain flat. Internet capacity is growing at a very fast pace, and the use cases are getting very complex along with the applications. These all apply pressures to the networks which are not able to evolve because they are the old technology. At the same time, there are services that still run on the legacy networks, which produce a high revenue or high margins business for the customers. The technology that these services are running on, however, is getting obsolete, is not scalable, and is prone to outage. As we evolve to 5G and now going forward 6G, these services which still run on the legacy networks needs to be migrated to the new technology, which also supports the 5G and the 6G networks. Digital transformation of the networks, or what we call the modernization of the networks, is happening. It's not a question of if we need to monitor or modernize the network, or when we need to monitor the network. the question really for the operators is how to get started. Many in-house initiatives by the operators, as per the study says, have either failed or have not yielded the results or desired results. Therefore, choosing a right partner for the migration is very crucial for the service providers. Ciena, in the last 30 years, have migrated some of the world's complex networks and modernized these networks. Things like capacity augmentation from 10G to 100G and beyond, things like migrating the services from 3G, 4G to 5G, the network reconfigurations, site exits are some of the things that will continue to be the prime focus of the customers. And we have done these chains or these models of the networks worldwide and in India as well.
So again, talking about the network evolution part, how do you think service providers will ensure network reliability and efficiency in such a dynamic telecom landscape?
Correct. Managing a network can become a mountain of efforts and resources. And with the new technology coming in because of induction of 5G and 6G, every service operator has to keep up pace with this new technology by upskilling their resources and upgrading their tools. On top of it, there is still an old technology, as I mentioned earlier. They have to maintain their technology also. So maintaining these mixed technologies can be a pressure point on their operating expense. Ciena provides an world-class carrier-grade managed NOC services, which not only manages the Ciena equipment itself, but also the third-party equipment. We also complement the managed NOC services with some of the services which are very unique to us, like resident engineers, managed spares, and engineering dispatch services. Operators can pick and choose and customize these services based upon their requirement, which will help them to curtail the cost, increase the efficiency of the network, as well as reduce the downtime in the network.
Right. So before we wrap up, what are your thoughts on the role of services in telecom? If you could give us a elaborate kind of response.
I heard many panelists here. There are a lot of thoughts and planning that when it goes into planning a network and selecting a solution for the network. I think the time has come with the evolution of 5G and 6G that the service providers has to think about the services as well. At that, I would like to say, services is no longer an afterthought.
Right. Great. That was very insightful discussion. Thank you for
Thank you,
joining
Mansi.
us.